What's going on, everybody? It's Dan, Moonshine, the Hillbill Hellraiser. How you doing? I'm doing all right. I can't really complain too much. It's officially Friday the 13th. Sat here at home right now, just relaxing. Went out and worked out a little bit earlier today. Got a nice little upper body workout. Um, didn't do much else today. It's been kind of like drifting between crap day and good day as far as weather-wise, but yeah, other than that, went to the record store, picked up the latest Lamb of God album, which I'll be doing a review on here once I've listened to it a couple of times, and went out the door. And obviously, you can read about what I'm about to review here, but open up the door to go get that, and then look on the ground, and sure as can be, there's my copy of Monstrosity, Screams from Beneath the Surface, and got this sweet shirt to go along with it. I sprung for the shirt. There's nothing on the back of it, but yeah, man, I was very excited once I found out that this album was coming out. Uh, Probably like a lot of people, I saw the video for Colossal Rage come out. Was very excited. Very good stuff. Um, Got to meet Lee recently at the Tampa Bay Museum of Metal. Got to talk to him real briefly. Uh, and yeah, man. So that, as far as like, I don't really have much of a preamble to give you, so I just figure we'll get right into this as far as talking about the album. So this is Monstrosity's seventh full length, their second with Metal Blade, and it's the follow up to 2018's The Passage of Existence. If you're not familiar with Monstrosity, although I imagine most people who are watching this are, they are a first wave Florida death metal band. Uh, Led by founding member and drummer Lee Harrison. Famously, George Fisher, Corpse Grinder, came from Monstrosity. If you haven't already, go check out Justin Horval, J Dog. Go check out his interview with Lee. He did a three-parter, and it's chock full of information. I haven't listened to the entire thing just yet, but Lee did a great interview with Justin, and it was very informative. And as a side note to that, go check out the one that he did with Antar from Diabolic, because that was also really cool, and kind of it led me to find out some stuff that I didn't actually know about, which isn't surprising because I don't know a lot of things, but nonetheless. But as far as the rest of the band on this one, it's rounded out by Mark Van Erp on bass, Matt Barnes on guitar, and it's the first to feature Ed Webb of Generic Christ, formerly a Massacre. He was in Diabolic for some time on vocals. Ed's been with them for a little while, but I primarily knew him from going to shows and seeing Generic Christ on a couple of local festivals that were around here. They're a very cool band. Go check them out. But he's an excellent vocalist. We'll get into that a little bit. And he's also the co-host of the Tampa Morgue podcast. If you follow me, you know Morton Red, you know Revik. He talks about the Tampa Morgue quite a bit. He's a big fan of theirs. He's been on there once. And yeah, very cool. They interview a lot of underground bands. It's very informative. They talk about horror movie stuff as well. So for people like us, that's the sort of thing that's right up our alley. So go check that out. And also, finally, Justin Walker provides additional guitar work on the album. It's 10 songs, 42 minutes of music. It's full of vicious riffs, aggressive vocals, pummeling beats, and shredding leads. I mean, from Ed's just deep, from the soul screams and growls to Matt's leads and the crunchy chugs. You get some what I would refer to as hypnotic bends on a couple of songs. Mark is not to be outdone. He lends a lot of really tasteful bass riffs that aren't lost in the shuffle. Where because like sometimes depending on the album and the production and all that sort of thing, you don't necessarily hear the bass playing on the album. It just kind of gets lost in the background. But you don't get that on this one. I mean, the whole band is extremely proficient. They're professional musicians. They're all very good at what they do, and it gets showcased very prominently with each and every member. I would have to say, naturally, the star of the show on this album is going to be Lee Harrison, because this is his band, it's his baby. He, with the exception of Matt Barnes helping with some of the music, he pretty much everything from lyrics to music is written by Lee. This is all his stuff, so obviously he's kind of like the feature player of the album. But that said, again, nothing is outshining anything over the other in the sense that you don't really get the sense, particularly with the recording and the mixing of the album, that there's nothing that's uh, put above anything else. They're all on pretty much an equal playing field, which is great because everybody brings it on this album. Lee's ridiculous rapid fire kicks and snare shots, these stop on a dime fills that he goes into are is just there. It's all tremendous. It's all good. And this album fires on all cylinders. I keep bringing up the production. You got to bring up all the behind the scenes people to help make this happen. This was done in multiple studios. You had the great Jim Morris, Mark Prater, and BJ Ramone at Morrisound Studios. They were all had a hand in doing this between the recording and engineering and mixing and mastering and all that sort of stuff. Jason Sukoff, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, he had a hand in recording this at Audio Hammer Studios in Sanford, Florida. Matt did a bunch of stuff at Black Forest Studios in Huntsville, Alabama, and Lee did a bunch of the extra stuff like the keys and some of the effects that you hear on certain songs. He did that at Frenetic Studios here in Tampa. I'm not sure if that's his own personal studio or not, but that's as far as the liner notes, that's what it says. Give me a start. The artwork on the album was done by Indonesian artist Timbul Kayano. Show that right there, but I'll post. You'll see the bigger image right there, and he is Bull Metal Art is the name of his group, and a lot of this very cool graphic layout that you're seeing was done by Malcolm Pugh. Very cool stuff. Uh, the only thing I would have to say is that, of course, with it being a CD copy, you kind of get, you don't really get to read as well. The one thing I will say, just kind of show you a little bit of that, is that you can actually read the lyrics, where sometimes, especially with CDs, they tend to sacrifice the clarity of being able to read the stuff, the legibility. I know that's not a word, but it is now, because it's either in small print, and sometimes the bands get a little too they church it up a little too much with the calligraphy art, and it just gets indecipherable when you're trying to read the lyrics. So you got to go online to find the stuff, or I guess maybe it's a I don't know, maybe that's a Machiavellian scheme to get people to buy vinyl and see the stuff at a larger scale. I don't know. But yeah, everything about this is very well done. I mean, they did a fantastic job. Uh, like I said, you had Colossal Rage was the first single that came out. Then it was followed up with The Atrophied. You get smashed straight up in the face with amazing brutality, technical proficiency like no other, heavy riffage. But what I really liked is when they slow things down on the Black Aura, on Banished to the Skies, which is the opener on the album.
Dreams and soaring
very melodic songs, and there's a certain level, there's like this subtle menace to it. The best way I could compare it is like if you're getting chased down by Jason Voorhees versus getting torn to shreds by Art the Clown. That'd be the best way I could describe the dynamics between the real heavy blasting stuff versus the slower, more melodic stuff. But it's all good. I mean, Vapor's fantastic. The closer, Veil of Disillusion is great. You get a little chuggy passage toward the end of that song where if you're just gonna get it's gonna channel your inner stank face. And for a fellow like myself who's trying to keep his neck on the up and up, this albums like this aren't really the best thing for it, because you have that burning instinct to just start headbanging and hair whipping and stuff like that. But I don't do that. I just try to be smart and do the respectful old man head nod. Yeah, man, this is definitely another front runner, much like the Temple of Void that I reviewed, a front runner for album of the year. I think this will be definitely in the discussion with a lot of people. Everything about this is fantastic. I would say run, don't walk to go out to go pick this one up. You can get it from Metal Blade. You can get it from Conquest Music. That's what I was talking about earlier when I was watching the Antar interview with J Dog. They mentioned that Diabolic has a few things that Lee has the rights to with his Conquest Music label, that you can pick some of their stuff up. You can pick up a bunch of Monstrosity stuff. You can get this shirt. You can get In Dark Purity shirt, the Imperial Doom shirt that I wore previously on one of my other videos, the Tampa Bay Museum of Metal video I did. You can get that through them. You can get a bunch of CDs. A very cool site. But yeah, man, definitely show them some love, show them some support, or go to your local record store and pick it up. Demand that they carry it. Monstrosity are heading out to Europe for a tour with Biocancer, Reject the Sickness, and Deadwood. And they will be appearing May 20th at the Maryland Death Fest. They're doing the pre-fest show. It's them and Napalm Death and a few other bands. I just can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, man, this is for lack of a better way of describing it, this is a banger. I know that's not a word that most older heads like using, but at the same time, headbanger, banger, that's our thing. So if anyone's allowed to use it, it's us. We will take it back from all the dorks and geeks who came up with that from all the different musical genres and don't know what the hell they're talking about. They know nothing of our work. But yeah, man, that's what I got for you. So one final time here. Monstrosity screams from beneath the surface. It definitely came up from beneath the surface, and it is proving to be a masterful piece of old school Florida death metal, just the way it's meant to be done. Yeah, man, definitely horns all the way up in the air for this one. It was excellent release. But yeah, man, so that's what I got for you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it's informative. And yeah, keep an eye out for all the other stuff that I got going on. I'm not going to go into a long extended outro postamble. I don't know if that's a phrase, but again, it is now. I'm creating all sorts of dialectic here. But yeah, man, that's all for now. As always, this is Dan. This has been Moonshine Talking. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you like it and you're new here, go check out the other videos. Maybe throw them a like, a comment, all the other stuff, the subscription, all the stuff that people tell you to do. Try and make the growth continue on these channels. Show support to the bands, go to shows, do all that stuff, buy the merch, everything, everything, everything. Go do all that stuff. But I'm getting hungry, so I'm going to get out of here. As always, stay sick, stay heavy, stay brutal. Always tuck your chin upon impact. Don't forget to breathe. Everyone have a good one. Keep headbanging and iron slanging, and I'll catch you on the next video. Later.